Hi everyone, Blessy B. So I wanted to turn this little cabinet thing I've got into a curiosity mini cabinet. So first of all I spray painted it with some black paint and I left some of the brown showing through just to make it look a bit old and worn kind of thing. So I've got my selection of goodies and now the paint's dry. The first thing I need to do is put all the fixings back on. So I put all the handles back on the drawer and onto the doors, and also put the glass back in the doors as well. So this little drawer is going to be for my spare spell jars. Always worth having a little stash of spell jars around. And this other drawer's got some spare quartz crystals and a unfinished poppet that I haven't used yet, and also some other bits and bobs. I was going to put my yes no coin in there, but I've decided to keep that in the on the main shelf. So I've got these spare shells which I haven't found a particular use for yet, and this little moon chart. So basically this is like my sort of bits and bobs drawer. So this is how it's looking now everything's all jarred up and organised. So I'll explain what I've got and where it is. So here is all my spare jars, and I like the little mini jars for spell jars, and then I recycle jars, so the bigger jars are recycled jar, just where I've cleaned it out and boiled it after using it for whatever was in there. So I've got three large jars at the back. This one has got fossilised mussels in, which are also known as devil's toenails. I have this little hagstone with a pentagram charm on. I have this little ammonite fossil. This is some sort of urchin or sand dollar type fossil, I'm not sure which. Then this is the shell from one of my African land snails. I don't think this one's Rick's, this is one of the others. It's been in the garden for about 6-7 months, I think it was, maybe 8 months. And the foxes keep digging it up and it kept coming back to me, so I figured it's supposed to be mine. So I waited till everything had gone from inside and then washed it out with boiling water, and now I keep it in here now it's dry. I've got a little starfish and I've got a jar of little crystals that come in useful to go in little charm bags and stuff. At the back I've got this cute little vintage oil lamp that I found in the charity shop the once. I've never used it, I won't use it, but I really like it. And then the jar at the back has got some little seashells in, and there at the front as well is another faded snail shell. On the top shelf I've got my little set of medium-sized jars. I have my little skull, which is a little closure, and I put the skull inside and decorated it. My yes no divination coin, which I think looks really cool. This is some snake skin that I picked up from a witchy pagan fair. I've got some bones that I found in the garden when I was doing some gardening, and they must be really old because there's no bone marrow left, it's just the outer layer of the bone. And so a wishing rock, a lucky rock with the vein of quartz all the way around. These little seashells, which are very cute, these little cone seashells. I like natural objects for my curiosity jars. These are some feathers from a crow that my neighbour's cat killed, and there was like feathers everywhere, and I collected a few of them. These are some pigeon feathers that the pigeons leave for me quite regularly. And this one has got fossilised snail shells from the garden, and other fossilised snail shells as well. That big one there's a fossilised one that I actually found in my garden, which I thought was cool. And then the teeny weeny ones, I picked those up for like 50p each from like a witchy store. Then I've got some abalone shell in this jar, and this jar has a little blue fly that I found. It was on my windowsill, so it was obviously meant to be mine, so I put it in a jar. and I love the fantastic bright blue colour of it. These are, I think it's munkjack bones. I think it's munkjack. It's some sort of little deer thing anyway. And I bought those from a witchy market. Got some more shells. This is some lamb's wool that I picked up from a field. We went to this like witchy fair and festival, and it was in a farmer's field, and there's like little bits of wool from the lambs and the sheep everywhere. And then that last jar had my other hagstone in, which I found in my garden. I went through a phase of finding hagstones at one point. I found 3 or 4. So I decided to keep those. So those go in my jars on the top shelf. And that's what I've got so far in here. It's bound to change as I find more things to go in my jars and more items. I'm hoping to get like a little bird skull at some point, like a taxidermy skull. But so far this is what's in my little witchy cabinet, and I think it looks a lot better now I painted it. Because it was like a bright sort of browny colour. It didn't look very good. It didn't fit in with my aesthetic, which is all dark and witchy and pagany. So yeah, that's it. That's how to make a little mini curiosity cabinet. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.